I literally, so confident am I, you know, that they are the most intellectually lazy people on the planet. I wrote them a guide on how to beat me. I tweet it every week. You see, and this is this lovely inversion that I'm seeing happen, which I love so much. This lovely inversion of what the left has done to us for so long just shows how empty and platitudinous the crap they shut us down with is, you know?
Alors bonjour à toutes et à tous. Donc tout d'abord je tiens à remercier Fabien Varlet pour m'avoir choisi pour ce défi. Donc si je vais sauter aujourd'hui, c'est pour prouver à tous les hommes qui n'ont pas choisi de filles ou de femmes pour ce défi que les femmes aussi ont assez de courage pour sauter dans l'eau et ont assez de cran. Voilà. Bon, quand je parle de sauter dans l'eau, c'est pas un petit orteil, hein, mesdames, hein, c'est sauter entière dans l'eau comme des hommes. Voilà, j'en profite aussi pour faire passer un message. Si je saute aujourd'hui, c'est aussi pour lutter contre les inégalités hommes-femmes qui persistent dans notre société actuelle. Donc à mon tour, je dois choisir 3 personnes qui vont devoir sauter dans l'eau, sinon elles vont devoir me payer le restaurant. Donc forcément, ces 3 personnes seront des femmes, comme je suis là pour défendre les femmes. Donc ces 3 personnes seront Élise Bove, Elodie Darras et Julia Minet. Voilà, donc je n'ai qu'une chose à vous dire.
Oh, we should film it.
Oh my god, I believe in equal rights! Oh my god, I believe that!
I don't believe in equal rights.
Homophobia shouldn't be allowed! Oh my god, I believe that white men shouldn't dictate a fucking woman's place in the world! You fucking douchebags! You misogynistic pieces of shit!
Trigger.
If you would, give us a brief primer on so many gender identities that, in your view, require non-traditional pronouns.
Basically, it's not correct that there is such a thing as biological sex. It's not correct that there is such a thing as biological sex.
By the way, you guys, like men in general, you are filthy.
Yep.
You guys are gross.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. You like it though.
I don't know.
Little bit. Maybe in your religion, lady.
See? Men, you cannot trust them. Did you hear that men are going to be obsolete in a few years? Because
yeah, I heard
we're
it.
making synthetic sperm. So we don't even need you anymore.
You might not, but there's a couple up there. I think they're going to fight you on this. Plus, you know, yes, synthetic sperm, yes, neatness, yes, an orderly life.
Right. What other? Let's debate this. What else you got?
What do you mean?
Make a case for men.
We're awesome. Yeah, awesome.
He will not divide us. 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 He will not. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
Press charges.
No.
Press
Let him go.
charges. Press charges.
Can you call 911, please? She's getting wild.
Call 911. Oh, yeah.
Let him go.
Call 911. Call 911.
Let go of his shirt and go home.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, seriously, yeah. It's 901 South Miami.
I'm a 5-foot girl that weighs 100 pounds. I'm getting really, like, belligerent right now.
Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out.
From a Texas think tank called The Economics of Sex illustrates your view.
So how much does sex cost for men?
It might cost them nothing but a few drinks and compliments. Or a month of dates and respectful attention. Or all the way up to a lifetime promise to share all of his affections, wealth, and earnings with her exclusively.
In the past, it really wasn't the patriarchy that policed women's relational interests. It was women. But this agreement, this unspoken pact to set a high market value of sex, has all but vanished.
And you want to go back to before the sexual revolution?
I think what I would like to point out is that there are trade-offs. It used to be that before the sexual revolution, men actually had to exhibit some kind of commitment before they got sex out of women. What has happened is the price of sex has been driven down. So in order to...
So women should demand more gifts and... engagement rings?
I don't think gifts is the point. I think commitment is the point. Women who have casual sex, or women who start having sex, you know, very early in their teens, for instance, actually have huge emotional scars from that. You know, they're more likely to be depressed. If feminists were really concerned about women's happiness, they would think more seriously about the issue of trying to portray casual sex as something that we should all embrace and that we all have the same interests in. Ultimately, women were the people in society who said, look, we need to have commitment in order for this whole civilization thing to work out. And now the bottom line is you have women who, you know, not only are encouraged to have casual sex. I mean, if you read these stories about what goes on college campuses, women literally, a lot of them have to get drunk in order to participate in casual sex. They think it's a bad idea. It's like, oh, I better get drunk before I go skydiving because I know it's a bad idea, but it'll be better if I'm just not aware of the whole thing.
You say women should have an OPEC of sex?
Well, I mean, the logical sort of conclusion...
OPEC is the oil cartel,
right?
The Middle East.
It's the idea that you could have sort of collusion. See, what's happening is that other women are driving down the price of sex. So, you know, if the woman next to you is willing to go to bed with a guy just after one drink, and you're sitting there saying, oh, well, I want commitment, you know, you're going to lose.
Women should get together.
Right. The women could get together and say, look, we've decided to raise our prices.
A woman at Duke said she was doing porn to pay for college, and you object to people saying this was empowering.
I think it's just horrendous. I mean, you have this woman, she's a women's studies major, of course. I mean, and she goes online and she explains that this is very empowering for her, that
she makes money doing something that's not that difficult.
They're used, they contract STDs.
Some do, but some choose.
Well, I'm not going to get into an argument about legalized prostitution with you. This is not a question of whether it should be legal or not.
This is porn, not prostitution.
Right. Well, it is prostitution, essentially. They're getting paid to have sex. It just happens to be on camera. But the bottom line here is that I think women are suggesting, feminists are suggesting, that somehow this woman is going to be happy to have a Duke degree and having spent her 4 years being used by men on camera. And I just think ultimately that's not in her best interests.
Thank you, Naomi Schaefer-Riley.
Thank you.
Next, feminism or not, why are most business and political leaders still men? Here's one answer from Facebook's COO.
If you ask men why they did a good job, they'll say, I'm awesome. If you ask, obviously, why are you even asking? If you ask women why they did a good job, what they'll say is someone helped them, they got lucky, they worked really hard.
Why are you throwing away my posters? Why did you rip them off of the wall and reach beyond my face while I was standing in front of them? This is why. Because you're a feminist? And therefore cancerous to society? Yeah, how did you know? Maybe it's because of your intolerant behavior that's incredibly disrespectful and just caused you to nearly physically assault me.
I like to joke about the man box, which is like you can only be a man if you fulfill these certain qualities and you stay within this this square of like you're in your man box and you're safe in the man box. And something about, for some men, about going near feminism is is a step out of the man box.
Because they know it's just so fragile.
It
It's just
is
gonna fall
fragile,
apart.
I know. It's going to fall apart.
They need to hold that box
identity
together.
structure, you know.
Ah, fuck you.